got some unfortunate, rather disturbing news from Atlanta Braves star Marcell Ozuna. He was released from custody on a $20,000 bond, Mario. This happened yesterday on charges of aggravated assault by strangulation and battery on his wife. This is very disturbing, Mario. So basically, what ended up happening was, Ozuna was arrested Saturday after police in the Atlanta suburbs witnessed Ozuna attacking his wife Genesis while responding to a 911 call. This is just very disturbing. During the initial appearance in Fulton County magistrate court on Monday, Ozuna was not allowed no contact with his wife, so he wasn't able to contact his wife. Attorneys said in court that the couple were in the process of a divorce. Genesis was arrested on a domestic violence charge a year ago, um, which I find pretty interesting. Sandy Springs police said in a statement that officers entered the home where the front door was open and heard screaming inside. They saw Marcell Ozuna grab her neck and throw her against the wall and then hit her with a cast on his left knee. Jesus, that's not even right, man. Police said injuries visible on Genesis. There were injuries visible on Genesis, but was not taken to the hospital. Zuna can face long suspension from the MLB for violating the domestic violence policy. And before I continue, because I actually want to start off with this, the source for this was ESPN. So let me go first, okay? I really want to yell, but it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I still have people sleeping upstairs. I know Mario does too, so I'm not gonna laugh. All right, I'll try and keep my composure because stuff like this pisses me off. You know, what to say? Well, first of all, one thing I find interesting is that his wife was arrested for the same thing a year ago.
Right.
I'm not sure if that had anything to do with it. I'm not so sure. What I mentioned to you guys is all the information that we have. There's more information we will let you guys know in another update video. But I'm not sure if this has anything to do with it, but it doesn't give you the right to, you know what I mean? Like, I do apologize if this had to happen to her, but what I don't understand, Mario, they're in the middle of a divorce, like, fine, like that type of stuff does happen, you know what I mean? But these two have kids. They have two of them. And just the other day, I looked at the photo. I guess someone posted it on I think it was Facebook. I can't remember, Facebook or Twitter, one of the two. They called him out, I guess. And it said in his Instagram about that he loves his wife and kids. Let me tell you something, okay? If you loved your wife and kids so much, why would you do that? Do you really want your kids knowing that you beat the hell out of your wife, or vice versa? Because his wife did the same thing a year before. You know what I mean? I don't get it, dude. I really don't. Like, these kids shouldn't have to grow up knowing that their parents this isn't that. But I'm not going to focus on his wife right this second. I want to focus on Marcell Ozuna because this involves him. You know what I mean? I don't get it because and what's even crazier about Amar is that not only is he a key piece of the Atlanta Braves, he signed a 4-year, I think it was like a $70 million extension this offseason. Something in between the lines of that. But now you're facing suspension. Maybe you can even get released by the team. I don't know. That can even happen too. That has happened in the past before. It can happen again. You know what I mean? I don't get the point of this, dude. I get that, relationships can get strained and that eventually, it leads to divorces and stuff like that. I understand that. But to end it on a low note like this, like, come on, dude. Like, this is just so unnecessary. Like you said, like I said, you're doing really well in the MLB. You were doing a good job with the Atlanta Braves. You know what I mean? You have two kids. But now your kids have to wake up in the morning knowing that this is what's going on. It's just really bad, Um, I don't know what's going to happen in court moving forward. He was released on a $20,000 bond. Well, he was released from custody on a $20,000 bond. So I'm not sure what's going to happen moving forward. I'm pretty sure I would want to say he's going to go through like a court case and all that stuff. I'm not sure. I really couldn't tell you. But as for his career in the MLB, he's most definitely going to get suspended. I can already see that happen. That's definitely going to happen. And if it does, we'll give you an update on that. But I wouldn't be surprised if he gets released from the team either. I really wouldn't. And this is the last thing the Atlanta Braves need to, Mario, because the Atlanta Braves, we expected this team to be a powerhouse, and they're just not playing like it. And Marcell Ozuna was keeping that team alive, but now he's doing stuff like this. He's not going to be with the team. Now they're just going to miss him even more, and they're going to struggle. They're just going to struggle even more without him because he wanted to go off and do stupid stuff like this. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know why people have to do this type of stuff. But Yeah, Mar, there's really not much else for me to say. It's a very disturbing and unfortunate situation. I just hate it when stuff like this happens. So with that being said, I do apologize to his wife Genesis for this happening, even though she did this a year ago. I'm pretty sure you can learn from your mistakes in a year, and I hope Marcell Ozuna can learn from this. You know what I mean? Um, as for his kids, I apologize to them the most because they're their kids. They're not even old kids either. They're very very young too. Which is the most unfortunate part about it. They have to grow up knowing that their mother did this at one point, and then their father followed suit not too long after. I wouldn't bear to wake up knowing that that's what's going on. No, it's just very unfortunate. I do feel bad for the kids, but as for the MLB and the Atlanta Braves, again, I don't know what's gonna happen. Most likely, it's gonna be a suspension, maybe even a release. I'm not sure. But again, best of luck to both of those organizations, the MLB and the Atlanta Braves, and it's just a very disturbing situation going on here. It really is.
Yeah, you're right, Nate. Usually like a lot, like obviously, we every single day we give you like new stories that come out. But before this, when we were reading about players who ended up getting like released or ended up getting suspended over like domestic violence charges, we'd look at it and we'd be like, all right, it's another guy who got arrested on domestic violence charge. But when you actually read like what happens, it changes like your perception of it. Like obviously we know domestic violence is wrong, but again, when you read about it, like it hits you emotionally. Like for instance, like my parents, like they've been divorced for like 10 plus years now. They never hit each other, and I'm very fortunate for that, because again, not everybody has it as easy. And it really is unfortunate because Genesis did not deserve this. Despite like the domestic violence charge she got like a year ago, we don't know what happened there neither. Okay, I don't have like I don't know, I have the information on me right now, but the only thing the article says is that she was involved in a domestic violence charge. Even though she did that a year ago, she does not deserve this. Okay, no woman deserves this from a guy, and especially the one thing
Absolutely.
that like disturbs me the most is that he hit her with his cast. Those things are hard,
That,
Nick.
that's just not even right, man.
Yeah, like you strangled her, like you got her around the neck and you put her against like the wall, and then you hit her with your cast. Like really, dude, that cast is supposed to heal you, not hurt her. It's as simple as that, and it really is unfortunate. It sucks, Nate. It really does. I don't understand why athletes decide to do these types of things. We talked about Jeff Gladney. We talked about Wheeler on the Seahawks. We talked about so many athletes who ended up just strangling and beating up women. It's not worth it, really. First of all, the woman doesn't deserve it. That's the main thing right there. Number two, your kids don't deserve it. Okay, they're the most important to you. Okay, the kids do not disturb that. Because here's what happens, Nate. If two parents end up what do you call it? If two parents end up getting into like domestic violence charges, right? If this continues, Nate, which most likely it won't because Marcell Ozuna is not allowed to have any contact with his wife, but this puts the kids at risk too because if they feel like the house is not deemed like worth living,
They
the
can
kids
go
get
into
taken
foster
away.
care.
Right. That's the saddest part. Is that what you want right there? Because you decided to go hit your wife, or you decided to go choke your wife, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's wrong. And this is honestly, it sounds like a very toxic marriage, and I think divorce needs to happen. It sounds like a very toxic marriage. It's Marcel Ozuna again. He was in the wrong for doing that to her again and again. Was she wrong for the domestic violence charge? Yes, but that was a year ago. Okay, she does not deserve this now. Okay, could it be possible she probably instigated him? Yes, but the whole thing is this: you are a professional athlete, and even if you're not a professional athlete, it doesn't matter. Okay, you need to learn some. You need to learn how to control yourself. Okay, this is okay. No woman should ever be hit. No woman should ever be strangled, in my opinion, by another man. That shouldn't happen. I would never. Okay, me, I would never put my hands on a woman. That's just something I cannot do. You know what I'm saying? That's just wrong. Simple as that. And Marcel Ozuna, again, he is in the wrong for this. Now, I do think he's going to get suspended, Nate. Do I think he's going to get released? I believe so, yes. Okay, but again, you never know. I think he will get released. It's as simple as that. But again, Marcel Ozuna has to learn from this, Nate. I'm not saying he can't learn from this. He can. But at the end of the day, shame on him. Shame on him. I'm going to be honest with you. I said the same thing with Jeff Gladney. He should be released. Okay, I'm kind of upset that Jeff Gladney is not released because Jeff Gladney is still on my roster. But again, regardless, I think Marcell Ozuna should be released from the Atlanta Braves. Okay, because this cannot keep happening. And honestly, I hear about domestic violence charges a lot, Nate, but it seems like it happens a lot more in baseball. To me, it just seems that way, and it needs to stop. Seriously, in general, domestic violence cases with both parties, it needs to stop, especially men, because there is no reason for a man to put his hands on a woman. It's as simple as that. There was no excuse for what Marcell Ozuna did. Okay, if she was instigating you that bad, you should have just ignored her and left her alone. It's as simple as that. You shouldn't have. Okay, if you had to go for a drive, go for a drive, but you shouldn't have put your hands on this woman. It's as simple as that. But the cops caught him. They ended up arresting him, put him in jail. He was released on a $20,000 bond. Most likely, he's going to have to attend court, Nate, to see what's going to go on. MLB's going to go through their own investigation to see what they got to do. And regardless, Marcell Ozuna, it's not looking good for him, Nate. So regardless, the only thing I could really say is, again, to his kids, I am sorry that this had to happen to you. To his wife, Genesis, I'm sorry that she had to suffer through these injuries because, again, she is like physically, she is the actual victim because she was being choked and hit. And I'm sorry that had to happen to her. That's really unfortunate. And it's tragic and it's upsetting because no woman should go through that. And the only thing I could really say is I hope Marcelo Ozuna learns from this and improves. I really do. That's the one thing I hope is that he learns from his mistakes. Even though you can't take back what you did, I hope he learns from these mistakes and he decides never to do something like this again. Because I'm getting tired of reporting stuff like this, Nate. So with that being said, to Genesis, I wish her the best of luck. To his kids, I wish them the best of luck. And to Marcel Ozuna, I really hope that you can improve as a person. You can learn from these mistakes. And I hope you can become a better man because this is getting sickening hearing about this type of things.